Vivian, you're kind of the star of the show right now. Can you tell me a little bit about what's happened to you and why you've been seeing the doctor?
Well, I sort of forget things once in a while and I write down things to help me to remember. But I don't see anything wrong with that.
Okay. From your viewpoint, things have not been going badly. And
No,
I understand that, having talked with you and with the doctor. But some other people feel like there are some problems. And can you tell me what the other people are saying that may be problems for you?
Oh, they get provoked because I forget things, and sometimes when I'm driving, I get lost, and they don't understand this. But I think everybody gets lost once in a while.
It's a big city.
Sure
It's a big city, yeah. Can you tell me about perhaps one of the times that you got lost?
And one time I was going to go out to Kelly Air Force Base, and I was taking 35. And my daughter said I was going the wrong way. If I kept on going, I'd pretty soon be in Austin.
Yeah. Was she right? Were you going the wrong way?
Yes.
How did you feel when you found out you were going the wrong way?
I just turned around and went the other way.
Okay. Your daughter is here, and I appreciate your coming too, Rebecca.
I'm glad to.
It may be a little hard to talk with Mom here, and I know the two of you love each other very much, but it would be important for me and for the various students that may see the tape to understand what's gone on with the family and with your mom.
Well, Mom's really as healthy as an ox in a lot of ways. She's very seldom sick. I think you get a winter cold once a year, isn't that a bit? Yeah, and now she did have some surgery with her eyes and had a lens replacement. And
that's why she's wearing the dark glasses today.
That's right. But except for that, she's physically just fit as a fiddle. But ever since, maybe since she was about 55, 54, 56, she just doesn't always seem to remember things like she used to. And it takes a lot of work. My dad and I both. It takes a lot of work to kind of make sure things get done the way they're supposed to get done during a day. And
what sort of work were you doing, Vivian?
I was doing bookkeeping.
Okay.
But they'd want this and they'd want that, and I just jot down the various things that the people would want.
But the boss felt like you weren't able to do that anymore.
Right.
That's kind of a sad thing to happen. You've been working all your life, I think.
Right.
And is that kind of sad for you?
Of course.
Okay. Go ahead, Rebecca.
well, and then somewhere around there, Mom's always, still does a good job about getting dressed, especially, you know, some of the things you do all the time. But even more recently, I've noticed that sometimes, well, you know, sometimes you'll forget to put your hose on, and you know how you like to be well dressed. And little things like that are starting to go. But more than that, it's usually like, do you remember when I picked you up this morning, Mom? How when I picked you up, you'd forgotten to do a few things? Remember about the stove?
No.
Well, you know, of course, she had her breakfast, and my dad had fixed it, but she was supposed to kind of finish cleaning up in the kitchen. That's what they've always done. And she forgot to turn off the stove, and little things like that go on a lot. It's hard for her to get around, and she gets lost all the time.
Oh, I don't.
Well, maybe, you know, it just seems that way. You know how
There's
daughters
some
are.
room for disagreement. Room for disagreement. Did this difficulty come on all of a sudden, or did it come on kind of slowly?
No, I don't see any difficulty. If something's wrong, I mean...
Rebecca, what do you say? Is this kind of
Well,
sudden thing?
No,
like a
I don't think
stroke,
it's
or
been
not?
sudden, and I think a lot of times middle-aged folk, and as you get a little older, write things down, and it seemed to just go from that into more and more, not really seeming to be able to remember things. Mom, what's the names of my sons? Do you remember? You know, the tall one? One that always eats you out of house and home?
1 and 2.
Okay. Son number 1 and son number 2. Okay. You look healthy, and your daughter mentions you've been healthy. I'm aware that you did see a neurologist for some pretty thorough evaluations. You had x-rays and the CAT scan and the thing where the MRI where you went in that long tube. Could you all share with me the results of all those tests for neurological problems?
As far as I know, nothing was wrong.
Okay.
That's true. She went through a lot of testing, and that was pretty hard on her because it was hard to know why she was going through it, and there wasn't anything wrong with her. The CAT scan and all the testing didn't seem to show. I mean, everything seemed, her heart's fine. She's nothing specific.
Okay. Are you taking any medication?
No.
Not taking any medications that might have caused some of this? Is that true, Rebecca? No medication?
Yeah, Mom very seldom takes medication. She doesn't, she's allergic to penicillin and never even takes antibiotics.
Okay. May I ask you a couple of questions and test you a little bit on camera?
Sure.
Okay.
Excuse me.
What's the date today?
Saturday.
Absolutely right. It's Saturday. What's the month and the day?
It's February the 24th,
Okay. And the year?
1989.
Okay. What if I were to tell you that it's Saturday, February the 18th, 1989?
Well, you're the doctor, but I think you're wrong.
Okay. And the name of the town we're in right now?
San Antonio.
Okay, that's right. Who's the president of these United States?
They change so often. President Carter.
How about before Carter?
Before Carter? It was Wilson. Ford. Lincoln. Washington.
They were a long time before, weren't they?
Yes, they were a long time.
How about President Reagan? Where does he fit in there?
President Reagan. Oh, he's president now. He was after Carter.
Sure. Does President Bush ring a bell?
He's vice president.
Okay. Okay. I want to test your memory in another way, if I may. I'd like to give you 3 things to remember, 3 simple words to remember, and I'll ask you in a couple of minutes to say them back to me. Ball, car, grass. Ball, car, grass. Can you say them back to me?
Ball, car, grass.
Right. In a couple of minutes, I'll ask you to say them once again. You're a bookkeeper. You're pretty good with figures, I imagine. What's 4?
I think I am.
Okay. I think you probably are, too. What's 8 plus 8?
16.
16 and 16?
It's 33.
33 and 33?
66.
Good. 66 and 66?
136.
Okay. You know who the governor of Texas is?
Who cares?
Okay. Seriously, do you know who he is?
Can't think of it right now.
Rebecca, under ordinary circumstances, would your mom keep up with the news pretty well?
Well, they listen to it every night, and actually sometimes during the news, Mom can really carry on a conversation right at that minute, but later on it doesn't sink in.
5 years ago, would Vivian have known who the governor was?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Now, let me ask you about that memory test. Do you remember the 3 words I asked you?
Ball. Auto. Had something to do with dope.
I'm
Speed.
sorry, had
Something to do with dope, is that what you said, Mom? And then what did you say?
Speed.
Speed?
okay. That's fine.